What if the life you thought was yours turned out to be only half the story, like a forgotten prince raised in the woods who suddenly learns his blood holds the key to two worlds, or any of us who've stared at old family photos and wondered what secrets our parents buried. The air smells of pine needles and distant city exhaust. Your hands grip a car seat that feels too smooth compared to rough mountain paths. The taste of strange, packaged snacks lingers on your tongue, while the low hum of engines replaces birdsong. Episode 3 of Demons of the Shadow Realm, released April 18, 2026, and streaming now on Crunchyroll, drops you right into that dizzying shift from hidden village to the world below. It doesn't flood you with answers. It plants a quiet storm of curiosity and doubt in your chest and leaves you aching to know what Yuru will uncover next, picking up right after Episode 2's tense escape and the awakening of Yuru's powerful guardian demons. Episode 3 follows him as he leaves the only home he's ever known. Joined by the laid-back Dara and the sharp-witted Hannah, two retainers who know more than they first let on, Yuru rides down the mountain into modern society. What follows is a journey of small, eye-opening discoveries, strange bathrooms, busy roads, and the simple rules of a world that feels both exciting and overwhelming. No huge battles or sudden explosions, just the funny, touching, and deeply human process of Yuru learning the truth about his village, his family, and the hidden role demons play in everything. You feel every awkward step, every careful question, every moment of wonder mixed with suspicion. By the end, you're leaning forward, desperate to know how these new truths will shape the path ahead. The episode moves like a steady drive down a winding road, calm on the surface but carrying real weight underneath. It builds directly on the first two episodes' mystery and action by shifting focus to exploration and understanding. Key moments reveal layers about Yuru's past and the bigger picture without rushing. The pacing feels just right. Lighter comedy from Culture Shock keeps it fun, while quiet conversations add depth. A subtle cliffhanger at the end hints at bigger dangers and choices waiting in the lowlands. Any cloudy parts, like why the village felt so cut off or how demons really work, get gentle clarity here. The manga and light novel show this is exactly how the story unfolds. The twins' special birth, the barrier between worlds, and the prophecy tied to day and night births all tie into a larger conflict between the world above and the underworld. Fans on Reddit call it a perfect info dump episode that feels natural because Yuru is learning right alongside us. The anime stays faithful, just adding smooth visuals that make the modern world feel alive and a little overwhelming. Yuru shines as the heart of the episode. His hidden wound, the quiet life built on half-truths, fuels every careful glance and practical decision. He isn't blindly trusting. He weighs what he hears and stays grounded, which feels both surprising and completely true to the boy raised in the mountains. Dara, voiced with effortless cool by Yuichi Nakamura, and Hannah, Mayuri Shimabukuro, crack open just enough to show they're more than simple guides. They carry their own loyalties and quiet burdens. Their choices feel consistent and alive, turning what could be exposition into real conversations. You watch Yuru grow from isolated hunter to someone starting to question everything, and it hits deep. This episode asks the big question. What do you do when the ground under your identity starts to shift? It's the same struggle we all face, learning that the family, home, or story you trusted might hide bigger sacrifices. Yuru's journey shows power isn't just about strong demons. It's about choosing how to use what you learn. Hope quietly pushes against despair every time he faces the unknown with honest curiosity. Morality, survival, and the weight of hidden family ties all weave through the drive down the mountain, reminding us that real strength often starts with small, brave questions. We step much deeper into the universe. The contrast between the isolated mountain village and the bustling modern world below feels rich and lived in. New details about demon wielders, ancient clans, and the hidden rules that keep two realms apart make everything feel bigger and more dangerous. It enriches the story without overwhelming, showing how everyday life hides supernatural layers. The script is sharp, warm, and full of heart. Yuru's straightforward questions land with perfect comic timing, while Dara and Hannah's back and forth carries quiet weight. Lines feel natural, foreshadow bigger conflicts ahead, and stay with you long after the drive ends, like a story you want to hear again. Studio Bones Film delivers its signature quality under director Masahiro Ando, with art direction by Tatsuro Onishi. Colors shift beautifully from misty mountain greens to bright city lights and neon. Fluid movements make Yuru's wide-eyed reactions feel alive, while stillness in quiet conversations lets emotions settle. Beauty here isn't just pretty, it means wonder, loss, and the quiet thrill of discovering a bigger world. Camera angles pull you into the car with Yuru, tight close-ups on his thoughtful face during big revelations, wide shots that make the modern world feel huge and a little scary. Editing rhythm matches the journey, relaxed during funny moments, then crisp when truths land. Kenichiro Suehiro's OST feels feels like a silent companion. Gentle, curious notes follow the descent, then build with subtle tension during explanations. Silence before a big realization speaks louder than music, letting you feel the weight of every new fact. Kensho Ono becomes Yuru. His steady, practical voice carries every flicker of doubt and spark of wonder, making you feel his inner storm. Yuichi Nakamura brings Dara to life with that perfect laid-back charm that hides deeper layers. You hear the tremor of responsibility in his lines. Mayuri Shimabukoro's Hana adds sharp energy that balances the group beautifully. Their performances make every conversation feel real and lived in. This episode left me with a warm, curious ache and a smile that wouldn't fade. One moment you're laughing at Yuru's honest confusion with everyday things. The next, the weight of his family truths feels like a soft punch to the chest. The long drive scene is a gentle collision of destinies. A boy, his new guardians, and the hidden story of his birth all coming together on an ordinary road. It leaves a quiet scar. The fear that everything you knew was only part of the truth. The wonder of stepping into something larger. Like looking at your own life and realizing the next turn might change everything. It makes you ask the same questions Yuru does. How much of me is still waiting to be discovered? Some might say the episode feels slower, leaning more on talk and discovery than action. But that choice feels completely right. It mirrors real growth and gives the world room to breathe. What could feel like a pause instead feels necessary, like the story is teaching us patience right alongside Yuru. Episode 3 of Demons of the Shadow Realm succeeds with quiet power. It deepens the mystery, builds the world, and makes you care even more about Yuru's journey. Its greatest strength is turning a simple road trip into something meaningful and full of heart. Any small weaknesses fade in the warmth of its honest storytelling. So tell me, are you ready to climb into that car, feel the mountain air fade behind you, and ride alongside Yuru as the bigger truth starts to unfold? Because once you press play, the road opens up, the questions grow louder, and the next chapter is already calling your name.